Phillies? Welcome back to the Most Valid Podcast. I am your host, Stewie, with my co-host.
My name is Lenny.
And we are back to talk some Philly sports. What an eventful week we have for you guys. It's been a crazy week, a lot to talk about. First things first, like we always do, let's talk about them birds, baby. Lenny, what you got for me? Let's start the week off right.
Let's start off with our new signing, CJ Osama, or how does he pronounce it?
Phonetically, it seems to be pronounced Uzama, but looking on paper, it's Uzama. So, however it's pronounced, we're just going to call him CJ. So that's easier. I can see a C and a J. So I think we're going to go CJ. Though there is a CJ on the team already, we're going to call this one CJ and the other one Gardner Johnson. How about that? But yeah, talk about it. What do we got?
So, we got him on a 1-year deal.
Mm-hmm.
He's pretty solid.
Yes.
He's a nice little backup. I'm excited to see what we got. Ex-Bengal, ex-Jets. He had an all right season, but I think he can work well, especially behind Dallas Goedert. I think he has capabilities to be something really good for us if we use him the right way.
Yes. He's a good player, I believe. I believe he's a little past his prime, coming off an injury. But I like this guy. He's a big guy, 6'5", 271 pounds. I mean, this is a big body we're talking about here. I mean, this guy can get down and dirty. I mean, really. I mean, this guy is going to be, I think, a big help for Saquon. I think he's a great run blocker. I mean, like you said, coming from the Jets, but previously had played for the Bengals, played in the Super Bowl. This dude loves to play football. I like him, and I agree. I think he's a great backup for Dallas Goedert. But we'll see if he makes the roster. We got Alex, the alphabet, I call him, because his last name has just about every letter in the alphabet. So, good luck saying that last name. But we have Alex. However, we did lose Jack Stoll. He went off the turnpike to the Giants. So we'll see that he might fill in the Stoll spot. Just strictly come in, not much in the passing game. Leave that to Mr. Goddard. You know what I mean? And just be a dog. Go out there. Let's block for Mr. Thunder Thighs.
He could be the extra lineman.
Yeah,
the extra
exactly.
lineman.
Exactly.
He could do it good.
I agree. So yeah, I think it's not a bad sign. Why not give him a chance? Put some competition in the tight end room. Make Alex Alphabet work for that backup spot. So why not add some competition? Any other signings recently, Leonard?
Oh, I think.
The Slim Reaper himself is staying in Philly through 2028, baby. How do we feel? Electric.
I think I feel more than electric.
Yeah, baby.
I feel a little sun coming in. I don't know what it is.
Man, I tell you what, that dude, like myself, is a smooth criminal. Love to see him staying with the birds. And, of course, had to rep him today. I mean, love the number 6, and I love him in it in green, right? So, and it's staying that way at least through 2028. So, what do you feel? What do you think?
I'm excited. A.J. Brown, Saquon, Elliott, Hurts.
Boy. Now, Elliott, you talking about Jake Elliott?
Oh, Jake Elliott.
Yes, don't forget.
Come on.
The best kicker in football.
And
we're not talking about kicking wives or anything like that. We're talking about kicking the football, right?
Time out on that one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So football, strictly football.
However, yes, discuss. What do we got for Skinny Batman? What's coming up here? How's his bank account about to look?
Man, what do you think? You think he could buy a whole stadium yet?
Not yet.
I think he can own about 0.5%, like about half of the Lincoln Financial.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, I'd give it to him for free. I mean, the fate of our team is in his hands, not solely but partially. So why not give him stake? Make him comfortable there, right?
Make him as comfortable as you can.
What's the deal? What's the details, Len?
We got a nice little 3-year, $75 million. Actually, or is it? What is it? $51 million, and then some extra.
Yeah, it's total $75 million. 3 years, like you said, and it's an extension.
Which that's a big thing for us.
Yeah, big, huge.
A lot of us, especially us too, we waited for this.
I will say, I did not. I mean, I waited, right? But I jumped the gun last night, to say the least. Guys, I have an embarrassing story. Last night, getting ready, prepping for the pod. I wrote a whole monologue on what I was going to say for Devonta Smith. A nice whole page of discussing how I think Devonta Smith's going to be patient because some guys in the next offseason what Jay Jettas, Lamb, how they're all going to get money. I thought Smith was going to wait, be a patient guy. There was no question in my mind that he was staying with us. I mean, this guy just loves coming out and playing for Philly. I mean, you can just tell he's comfortable here. And he doesn't complain like some other people on the team when he doesn't get targeted at least 10 times in a game. Very humble player, and I love him. I do truly think he's a great player too. I love watching him out there. But I got a little excited yesterday and thought I knew it all. I was like, oh, he's not going to sign anytime soon, and wait till next off season, and we could just extend him there. Well, less than 12 hours later, he's staying with your Eagles, and Stewie was wrong to say the least. But it's a happy wrong to say the least.
Let's just say you had a little bit of a rough morning deleting that whole entire segment.
Yeah, it was a lot of hitting the delete button. You hear that?
Might want to get a little closer.
Yeah, so it was painful. However, not painful that he's staying with us. So thank you, Smith, for staying with us, and we love you, brother. Keep reaping out there, Slim. But Lenny, how far are we away from the draft, big guy?
Pretty sure it's exactly 10 days.
That is correct. Yes.
That was a bad guess. Not gonna lie. I took a big guess on that. I was like,
yeah, on the money. Yes, it is exactly 10 days away, April 25th. Right now, it is April 15th. Happy tax day, everybody. Get them taxes in. Happy birthday to our one-time guest, Joseph. Happy birthday, big guy.
Happy birthday
to you. We're not going to pain you anymore.
Not going to go any further.
Yes. Happy birthday, big guy. And yes, so draft is 10 days away, and the Eagles, as of right now, only 22nd pick. Now, Lenny, obviously, we're going to have next week talk about the draft, so we'll focus on more of that next week, and we may even have our own draft party. May even talk about this live. Maybe.
Who knows? We'll see.
But if not, definitely going to have draft reactions. But we're going to have our second. We had predictions last week, and we're going to have a prediction this week and prediction next week. Lenny, what is your prediction for the Birds? Maybe who they're going to target. Maybe what are they going to trade up? Overall, what do you think the Birds are going to do?
I'm thinking as of right now. Round one. I'm
yes.
thinking as of right now, stick with the 22nd pick.
Okay.
It's worth it. There's been a lot of discussions to trade up. A lot of people have been saying it, but I think they're going to stick with the 22nd. And as I said on my guest last week, I'm hoping that if Nate Wiggins, Clemson, cornerback, is still there, he's good for us. And I think we can. He'll be an absolute steal if we snag him.
Yeah, he's a terrific player. And I agree with Lenny, actually. If he's still there, you take him. That is my big question. Will he still be there? I don't think he will. I think he's going to come off the board first for cornerbacks. I actually disagree. So here's how I see the draft going a little bit. I'm going to try and go into the mind of Mr. Roseman. Mr. Roseman, listen up. I think I know what you're on to here. What you're doing is you're going to have a list. You're going to have a list of all the prospects you want, right? You're going to have your cornerbacks. You're going to have your linebackers, whatever you're looking for, by the way, because I hear a lot of rumors, you know what I mean? Maybe taking a linebacker, or cornerback, whatever. You're going to have your list, right? And you're going to have where you think they're going to be picked, right? You're basically going to see, okay, this guy's off my list. You're going to go through the draft normally. I think what's going to happen is around that 17 to 18 spot coming up, a little bit before our 22nd pick, he's going to see what's around. Okay, this guy's still here. I had him being drafted earlier than this. He's being undervalued, but I value him. You know what I mean? And I think he's also going to have some players that are going to be like, oh, he's still here, but I think he's going to fall considering how this draft is going. And to be honest, I'm going to go with the same thing I said last week. I think Arnold from the Crimson Tide, that guy's a ball hawk. And I think this guy can come in right away and make an immediate impact. Not saying Wiggins can't, but I believe that he's going to be crossed off the list fairly early, I believe. And like I said, and personally, I don't think Howie's going to trade up too far in the draft to steal somebody. I think, like I said, around that 17 to 18 area, you know what I mean? Where he doesn't have to give up too much. Like I said, maybe give something to Seattle. You know what I mean? Like I said last week, they don't actually own a second round pick. So yes, I do believe that the Eagles are going to take somebody that they believe can make a difference right away. And I believe that's going to be in the secondary. And I think it's going to be Arnold, personally. So,
I'm excited to see what happens, though.
Yes, and there is one last big news with the Birds. We have found out who we're going to verse week 1 to start the season next year. Lenny, smell that? Smells like Gouda. Smells like queso. Why is that, Lenny?
Because we're playing the Packers.
The Green Bay Packers, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is love and
The
hurt.
typical, the world pronounced love hurts matchup, baby. The classic, baby. Lenny, any early predictions? What do we think?
I think the
Are
Eagles
we
going to take
gonna?
them on like 56-0. I mean, what?
What did he say? Can we play that back? Are
Eagles
we
going to take
gonna
them on like 56-0. I mean, what?
56-0? Did I hear that correct? Yeah, this guy's smoking something not good for him over here. Um, any actual prediction, or is that it?
I think we're going to go with a little 24-17. I think it's going to be a close game.
Personally, guys, I'm excited for this game. I have no prediction, none at all. It's too early. You know what I mean? Of course, I'm picking the Birds no matter what. They're going to be on the parlay week 1. Friday night, which is a bit strange. But you know what? You roll with it. Roll with the punches. The only thing I hate about it is we lose a home game, and the Packers they have one less away game, and it's in Brazil. And who doesn't want to go to Brazil? I mean, so like I said, unfortunate, but that's that. So
I wish we had the money to go to Brazil.
we said we might. Guys, help us out, please.
Help us out.
Help the cause, please.
Please.
And subscribe, like, comment, whatever you got to do. Get us out there.
Just enjoy us. Listen to us. Please.
Yes.
Take about 40 minutes every day even when you're in the bathroom, just sitting down, friskying one out after eating some chicken tenders or a burger. Just enjoy us. Our soothing voices, our handsome look at us. We're some good looking men. But please help the cause. Anyway, back at it again.
Back at it. And give me a second. Lenny, can you hold this for just one moment, please?
Oh, I got you.
I'm sorry.
What's going on here?
You're going to rarely see
What's
that.
going on
You
here?
have a change up.
Whoa, PG-13, PG-13.
So are the times, baby. It is time for the Philadelphia 76ers. Lenny, what time is it, baby?
It's a Sixer time.
Lenny, what do we have first with my favorite Philadelphia team?
The Sixers have signed Ricky Council.
Oh, my lantern.
To a 4-year, $7 million deal.
Music to my sweet, sweet eardrums.
What do you think about that?
I think it's an absolute steal, to be quite frank with you guys. I mean, this guy is an absolute dog. I mean, this guy, listen, Daryl Morey's a genius for this. This guy's coming on a two-way deal. I mean, he just comes in and does his job. I mean, this guy has been called on in situations where we have been undermanned and has filled the role, filled some pretty big shoes. You know what I mean? He comes in and just does his job. He's a workhorse. Kind of reminds me of like a do-it-all kind of guy. Like if you guys watch Josh Hart in New York, who we may face, kind of reminds me of that a little bit. Just a nice spark off the bench, and I think he could ultimately become. It's a rookie, by the way, undrafted rookie who we just signed to a 4-year, $7 million deal. Which this guy could become a key piece, either the bench or maybe even the starting lineup. You know, that's definitely a talk for the offseason. With maybe we lose some guys and add some guys. But I think this guy can come off the bench and really solidify a nice role. Maybe even be a 6-man. But I love this guy, and I love locking him up early, getting him on a cheap deal, and I think it's going to end up being a steal.
Yeah, I got to be honest. Don't really know much about this guy, but from what you're saying, I think he's like you said. He's going to be an absolute dog. Okay, he's going to run that court. All right, so I'm hoping to see what he can show, and hopefully give us some big W's.
Yeah,
future along.
hopefully,
and hopefully some trophies.
Yes. But to kick it off, this is the last week of the regular season for the Sixers. We got playoffs coming up this week, and Sixers still sit in that 7 spot, inching closer to getting out of that play-in spot. They face the Pistons, the Magic, and the Nets this week. 3 favorable matchups for the Sixers, which I actually, once again, you know me, had to attend a game in a week. I went to the Pistons game, and well, guys, let's just say I did, in fact, stroke that thang, what the kids say nowadays. At the end of that, which, by the way, let me just get this out the way. Of course, like you expect, the Sixers handled business fairly easily against the Pistons. I mean, they're just playing for the draft at this point. So didn't even feel like I had to say that, but have to say it, right? Sorry for you guys in Detroit. But, you're getting ready for NFL. Lions are back up, baby. But Pistons is not your go-to.
You'll have something to cheer on later, all right? Detroit,
yes.
Right now, just...
So, yeah, Sixers did handle the job without Maxey. My guy, number 0. Love him. Love you to death. But Guys, I'll tell you what. I did have the opportunity to shoot a tray ball on the court after the game, and I was so excited for it. My
How
friend.
excited?
Yo, like I'll be straight up with you guys. I am gonna cap. I am a skinny white kid, right? And I'm knowing I'm about to go on this court. I'm about to shoot a tray ball, right? So I'm watching my JJ Redick highlights. You know what I mean? Throughout the day, I'm like, man, this dude is elite. Like nice little skinny white guy, like me. Like I'm trying to look up to this guy. And this dude could freaking knock down a threat. He could hit a shot in big moments. So I'll tell you what. Got to the stadium. Confidence was at an all-time high. I watched my highlights. I was shooting earlier in the day.
Bro, stepping on the same court that Embiid, Maxey,
Embiid,
Kelly Oubre,
Tsunami Poppy, you name it. Even opponents like King James, just it was amazing. And honestly, I'd say real stuff, guys. Walking out in that court was amazing. It felt like a movie with all the lights on you. And I have pictures. I'll show you guys. But it was amazing. But yes, I tell you what. As the clock started to run down, progressively, the confidence meter started going down, 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 down. It's like you ever play 2K, you got your takeover. Like the other day, I was takeover. Like I was on fire stroking that three at the court. When I got to the stadium, drain.
The pressure.
Drain.
What's the pressure getting to you?
The moment was getting to the cabeza. It was. After watching us just manhandle the Pistons, I'm like, oh shit. Like I wasn't even focused on the game. I was like, I'm trying to focus so I can analyze the game for you guys, and I'm like I'm shitting bricks over here. Like I'm, you know what I mean? I was nervous. So then when I finally got to the court, my Gatorade symbol popped up, and I was like, oh, I'm gassed. Oh, I'm not ready for this, y'all. And one of the ladies came up to me and was like, before we took the shot, she's like, "You ready to hit this thing?" And I'm like, "Yeah." It was nerve wracking, but you know what? I'll tell you what. I stepped up to the plate, and I was ready for the moment. Here's the clip. Yeah, and truly devastating moment to say the least. Let's just say.
Oh wait, we actually have a second clip to show you about our good dear friend that went with Steven.
I didn't want to do it to you. He did it, not me.
Let's show the clip.
Pull that thing.
Yeah, not as promising, or what is it? Not,
not ideal.
I'm lost for words. What just happened here?
You're telling me. Let's just say Long Time by Playboy Cardi was on the queue for the 30-minute ride home. On repeat, guys. It was devastating. But you know what? I'll tell you what. Though we both airballed, I'll tell you what. I think we put some better shots up than the Pistons did that game. So I'll tell you what. It was devastating. But moving on, guys, and I'll tell you what. I'll be back next year, and you guys stick along. I'm gonna hit that shot. Mark my words. However, moving on, the Sixers played the Magic the next game, which was on, I believe, Friday. And this was very important. The Magic were the 5th seed, and the Sixers were still the 7th seed, still trailing behind them. If the Sixers had won this game, they'd be tied with the Magic. But because of this stupid tiebreaker rule, which makes no sense, because if the Sixers won this game, they would own the tiebreaker of the Magic. But because the Pacers own the tiebreaker of the Magic, and the Pacers own the tiebreaker over us, we would still be in the 7th spot.
Listen. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little confused here.
Yeah.
You want explaining to me
we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get
just how it's gonna roll, because I'm hearing a lot of tiebreakers.
Let me explain the games first. So the Magic game was fairly dominant for the Sixers. Came out the gate strong. Ended the first quarter up 40-27. There was just no answer for Embiid and Maxey for the Magic. I mean, they're still a young team trying to figure it out. Paolo Banchero is a phenomenal player, do it all kind of guy. But I think he needs a little bit more help. But phenomenal young team, they're going to be great. But just no answer for Embiid. No strong big man there. There's really no answer for him, but you just have to try and limit him from getting the ball, and they just didn't do that at all. However, my heart, my heart sank to the floor at the end of the second quarter. It sank faster than when my babysitter's boyfriend left the crib when my mom came home one day. Very, very fast. Embiid took a layup and limped off the floor.
No.
Yes, it was devastating. He went to the locker room, and I saw our season flash before my eyes. until he came back out the third quarter and dominated and handled business like we should have and defeated the Magic to tie the records and to sweep the series against them.
Gave us a little heart attack, but he came back strong.
Yes, Embiid had a sneaky limp off the court, not a sneaky link, which you'd like to see him have, but a sneaky limp because he tried to, walk it off like it was nothing, and it was not nothing. It was quite the something. But he was fine, and still a little precautious. They didn't play him the last game of the year against Brooklyn Nets, which we handled fairly easy. And to be quite honest with you guys, not a game I watched at all. Because the last this was Sunday, the last day of the NBA season, 82 of 82 games for every single team in the league. Which, by the way, NBA, why are you not like the NFL? The NFL, they do a great job with scheduling, for especially the week 18 in the NFL. They do not have the games or the time of the games announced until that week because the importance of some of those games are a lot more severe than others. So, the less important games they put at 1, and then the primetime games, the games that, are make it or break it games, they put in the primetime slots. The NBA, what they do is they're going to put most of the Eastern Conference games at 1. Sorry, all but 1. The only Eastern Conference team that played at 3 was the Detroit Pistons, who nobody cared about. And they put all the Western Conference teams at 3:30. So it was just chaos trying to figure out. I didn't even watch the Sixers. I'm watching the Knicks. I'm watching Miami. I'm watching the Bucks, which, by the way, the Sixers got absolutely no help from the teams they needed to lose or to beat those teams that we needed to lose. Milwaukee and the Hawks. We needed those teams or just one of those teams to win for us to get out of that playing spot.
Got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
You think the Bucks just lost because they didn't want to play?
That's a possibility. This is talks. Is Doc Rivers ducking smoke? I mean, we got rid of a doc for a nurse, and I'll tell you what, this nurse is quite the guy. And I like this guy. He's way better than Doc. But first of all, what a collapse. Losing 8 of their last 11, the Milwaukee Bucks. Basically had the second seed in their hands, and they dropped it. And guess what? There's a lot of talk about that. Did Milwaukee lose on purpose to not face the 76ers? I'll tell you what, I would have done it if I was them. I wouldn't want to see Mr. MVP and Mr. Mad Max and
I could
Tsunami
just see it
Poppy.
in my dreams. Embiid, Maxey running all over them in the court.
Yeah. But listen, yes, we did not get help from those teams. The Bucks lost to the Magic and the Hawks lost to the Pacers. So we were stuck with the 7 seed. However, what an absolute thriller from the Knicks and the Bulls. A overtime game that I thought the Bulls were going to win to keep the Bucks in the 2 seed, even though they lost. But I'll tell you what, that man, Jalen Brunson, from the New York Villanova excuse me, I didn't mean to say that, though I totally meant to say that, because the Knicks, half their team is Villanova Wildcats, which, if you guys are familiar, you Philly fans, obviously Nova is in the Philadelphia area. So I'll tell you what, if the Sixers end up facing the Knicks, it's going to be some interior motive there, playing their hometown team. So that scares me a little bit. But nonetheless, yeah, we didn't get any help. Knicks ended up winning. They get the 2 seed. We get the 7 seed and face the Miami Heat in the first play-in game. What do you think about that, big guy?
We saw a regular season game against the Heat, But,
yes, we did.
We did not see Jimmy Butler that
No,
night.
We did not. Did not see Jimmy.
Did not see Jimmy Butler. But we saw a couple of their other players see with their stars, like Jamie Vasquez. He's prominent. He's up there.
Jaime.
Jaime.
This guy is a Spanish-bred man.
Listen. Some people pronounce it Jamie. Some people pronounce it Jaime.
Yes.
I'm just saying it both ways. Plus, no, a little disrespect to him because go Sixers. Come on now.
Of course.
But I'm hoping that we can get a nice little win. But what do you think about the Heat?
Can I be honest with you, Lenny? I'm nervous for Wednesday at the Wells Fargo Center. I'm nervous.
You think we're gonna get absolutely smoked?
No, but there's a chance.
You think Jimmy Butler? Jimmy Butler during playoff time is like.
This is what scares me, guys. Now, if you've followed the Heat at all this year, they've had problems. I mean, very decent defensive team, not very good at blocking shots, not very good around the rim, but they limit 3-point shots and they do a fairly good job defending the ball handler. But yeah, offensively they've had struggles and just injuries and just a lot of chemistry issues bringing in Rozier, losing Tyler Hero, obviously Jimmy Butler. I mean, he plays when he wants to. But you know what, guys? All that stuff goes out the door in the playoffs. We have seen this from the Miami Heat in the past 3 seasons. I mean, look at last year, the 8th seed, the last seed in the playoffs, making it out of the play-in, which they are in right now. They went to the NBA Finals, guys. I don't know what Eric Spoelstra does to his team. I don't know if he gives them extra time at the club in Miami or if he gives them extra cookies in the jar. I don't know what this guy does, but he has magic in April and May and June. Just absolute magic what he does. It's phenomenal. So, yeah, I'm scared. And he is right. Playoff Jimmy Butler. He is on this team, guys. I have to say, I am quite nervous for this game. We are definitely by far the better team. Talent-wise, chemistry-wise, we're the hottest team in basketball right now, winning 8 games in a row. But you know what, guys? Look what the Heat have done the last 3 years. And maybe they might take this game not as important because maybe they're the type of team that would like to face Boston round 1 and say, you know what? This is the toughest team we got to play. Let's just get them out the way early rather than having to beat the Knicks, having to beat whoever wins the Bucks and the Pacers, then having to beat Boston, right? So we'll see how the Heat actually take this. But I'll tell you what, if they come out ready to play and they're fully healthy, I know Rozier is on the injury report, and I know Duncan Robinson, a little banged up. Kevin Love, most likely not going to play. We'll see how they come out. But as far as for the Sixers on the injury report, Mr. Embiid, nurse said he will play. But Melton, guys, concerning. Just thought it was a rest day for the back on Sunday. No, Nick Nurse said this is concerning. And guys, that's devastating. We need him. This guy is just and everything. We call him Mister Do It All. He does everything. I mean, you need a late game 3. He hits it. He plays defense. This guy is just physical. And guess what? If we're gonna beat the Miami Heat guys, we got to outfit. We got to be more physical than them because they're gonna bring it. And I already know what they're gonna try and do. I'll tell you what they do very well against the Sixers, Lenny. They don't limit Joel Embiid. They just make sure he doesn't get the ball. There's no way of limiting Joel Embiid, right? But they do a very good job at clogging that paint up and making sure that ball goes to him as least amount of times as possible. You know who my X factor is going to be for this game if we're going to have a chance to win it?
Who?
You see this jersey right here?
Oh, I see it.
What's it? Well, who's on my jersey, Lenny? Who is on it? Who do we need? Who is the X factor? Mad Max. Maxie, if you're listening to me, do your thing. Please chef it up on Wednesday. We need you more than anybody. Do what you do best. Blow by your first defender and make the right read like you do very well, especially with Embiid there. I think it just gives them the extra confidence. Just do your thing. Drive by your defender. Just absolutely destroy them when they go to zone like you do very well. Kick it out to Mr. Oubre who sits in that corner like it's his job, like he's a you-know-what. And, do what you got to do. I think defensively we match up fairly well. I have one key to stop the Miami Heat on Wednesday, at least defensively for the Sixers. No playoff Jimmy. I don't care. Let Bam Adebayo have his. Let Terry Rozier have his. Do not let Butler going. The Miami Heat only go as far as Jimmy Butler takes them. And guess what, guys? He can take them far, just like he did last year. So those are my keys to victory. Got to get physical, let Maxey cook, and no playoff Jimmy. Now, if the Sixers do end up losing that game, they play on Friday at the Wells Fargo Center at the winner of the Hawks and Bulls 9-10 game. And if we win that, which if we lose that, I will probably never wear a Sixers jersey again. And we have to play Boston if we win that game. If not, well, Cancun time.
A little vacation time.
Yes, Lenny. But guys, we'll talk more next week, and hopefully, I'm hoping we end up playing the Knicks. That'll be a discussion for next week if that happens.
Hopefully, Steven here has a positive attitude and everything went right. If you see that, then everything went right.
If you see me with this same jersey on next week, I'm excited for the offs. If not, well, it's Cancun time for the Sixers.
A little vacation time.
Okay.
But anyways, what do we got up next? We got a little bit about the Phillies.
Yes, sir. Tell me about them. What do we got?
The Phillies are 8-8 right now, and actually they're about to play in an hour.
You don't say.
We're filming this podcast right now.
Are you kidding me?
They're going to play in an hour against the Rockies.
Ugh.
Who I think the Rockies are what? 6. Absolutely down in
4-12 right now. Yeah.
L.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping the Phillies can at least take it. Oh, sorry. Gotta say W.
Yes,
Gotta say W.
win.
Gotta say W. But yeah. And tomorrow we're gonna be making a little special visit.
You know me. You got to go to one game in the week, right?
It's gonna be my second game, or no, third game ever seeing a Phillies.
Really,
Yes,
pretty neat, huh?
yes.
Okay.
You're still not gonna win me over. They gave up.
Huh?
They gave up the hot dog dollar nights.
Ah, man.
No way you're gonna win me over.
I want.
That one, you
I
definitely had a
I don't
chance.
want to talk about it right now. I miss those dollar glizzies.
Jesus, but yeah.
I'm
What
just
else do we
pain.
got from the Phillies?
Well, guys, listen. The Phillies. It's been a roller coaster of a season so far, guys. I don't even know what to say. The only really good news I have, we are only 2 games behind the Braves right now. As bad as the season has gone so far, we sit at 8-8, like Lenny said, almost a 10th way through the season, and yeah, 2 games behind the Braves. And the Braves are going to be without their ace pitcher through the season, Spencer Strider. That's devastating for them, guys. I mean, when you're without your ace for the whole year, that's going to be some games that they're going to struggle in pitching. So and it's a shame right now that the Phillies are not having the toughest schedule and they're not taking advantage of it. And like Lenny said, got the Rockies this week, and they are just absolutely abysmal and hard to watch. And the White Sox, who also are not very good. So the Phillies really need to take advantage of this week. But we'll talk about that in just a moment. Phillies win 2 out of 3 in St. Louis this week, and they tied the series with the Pirates 2-2 in Philadelphia. Lenny, what did you see from the Phillies this week?
I want to talk about the 9-2.
Right.
What happened to you guys? Just the bullpen just absolutely get destroyed.
Well, first of all, okay, it's just been how the season is going so far, right? The bullpen did get destroyed, and Wheeler did have a decent start to the day, but that hasn't been the summary of the story. I'm not so worried about the 9 part. Whatever, they hit a grand slam, they started teeing off. Whatever, fine, okay, you had a great game. 2 runs. Like, guys, the way this team is orchestrated, we need to put up runs for our starters. I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, our best offensive player so far this year has been Brandon Marsh. Brandon Marsh. We have Bryce Harper, Kyle Schwarber, Nick Castellanos, Trey Turner. Our best offensive piece has been Brandon Marsh. Are we the Rockies right now? What is going on, guys? I mean, okay, listen, and I'm harsh right now, but I'm gonna slow my roll a little bit, pump the brakes. I'm gonna relax because I am not like most of Philly fans right now. I'm more calm, guys. 8-8, not even a 10th way through the season so far, guys. We're gonna get the bats rolling, right? It's early in the year. Look at Trey Turner. Started to come alive this week. Batted 348 this week. Had a great week, guys. I mean, he's coming along. It took him way later in the year to start coming along. I don't know what's going on with Harper, guys. I mean, I'm shocked right now. I mean, just a lot of 0 for 4 days, a lot of 0 for 3s. He's struggling right now, guys, but it's Harper, one of the best players ever. One of the Phillies' best players ever. I love Bryce Harper. I think he'll get it going. I'm not really worried about the pitching, guys. The starters have been doing their job. They've been getting us through, decent innings and have been having some quality starts. But the one takeaway I will say throughout the week so far, I'm very proud of Nick Castellanos. We dogged on him a little bit last week. We barked at him a little bit, but we bit off a little more than we could chew. I think he had a decent week. Obviously, had the walk off.
I mean, he proved us wrong.
Yeah, he's getting there. I'm not going to say that. He's still, a little inconsistent. Still, 3 pitches.
Maybe this week and the following week just start cooking up a little more.
Yeah, but he likes to chase. But I'll tell you what, had a nice stroke Saturday and carried us to a victory. Hit a walk off, and he even said it himself. He said in the post game, he said, "I needed that." And you know what? He's not lying. He needed that. It's baseball is a mental game. It's all about what's in here. All them guys are talented. All them guys are there for a reason. And you know what? He's here for a reason. We need to put that bat on the ball and do what he did on Saturday, and he did it. So hopefully he can turn it around. But yeah, so that was electric Saturday. But yeah, we faced the Rockies this week, which we will be in attendance at tomorrow, Tuesday, April 16th. So excited to be there. Hopefully the Phillies can do what they should do and dog on the Rockies this week. I mean, absolutely impose their will on them. 2 favorable matchups for the Phillies this week.
I'm hoping to see a nice win. When the Phillies win, everyone's happy in Philly, especially in the stadium.
Yeah.
So a whole big celebration,
Yeah.
just one smile on your face,
Mhm.
and I'm hoping that's what we can see tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm just Phillies need to. I think if they're ever going to get things right, if they're going to start turning things around, like I said, about a tenth way through the season, why not now? You're going against undermatched teams. Uh, go out there, don't think, just hit the ball. Swing at pitches inside the zone. Get the feel for the game again. Still early in the season. That's why I'm telling you guys, slow your roll a little bit. Baseball's a long season. If you're gonna be in a slump, if you're gonna start have a slow part of the year, why not now? Why not do it now when you have all the time for the rest of the season to fix what you got? Right? It's not like all the issues we're having now are so bad to where it's unfixable. We're not having horrendous games. Obviously, we're not having dominant games like the Phillies usually do, where they just tee off on everybody. But we'll get there, guys. Bullpen's been a bit up and down, but they usually find their way, and that's usually just kind of how they are, kind of in general. But yeah, Phillies just need to have some better quality at bats, I believe in. I have faith in them. But Marshy, keep it up, and Nick, keep the momentum going. I love to see it for you guys. But yes, we're gonna need Bryce to come alive and those bats to come alive. But I got faith in the Phils, and let's not act like this isn't typical Philadelphia Phillies fashion. Not turn it up until the month of June, right? Once the weather starts getting nice and toasty, there comes the swore bombs, right? So, by the way, I think the unis look good on Friday. What do you think?
They look good.
Yeah.
Me, I like them since the beginning. I like the colors. I'm not gonna lie. I like him. It represents a lot. And to me, I'm a Philadelphia Union fan. Same bluish, same gold color their unis have. And the Phillies coming in with these colors. I like them.
Yeah.
I can't say that I'm
Tell you
not a
what, look
big
nice.
hater,
Look nice out
but
there. Friday night lights, right? Look pretty cool.
yes, they did. They look
Yes.
good as hell.
But
And actually, there was a lot of people.
oh
A
yeah,
lot of people.
there was a lot of hype around it. A lot
A
of people
lot of
were
people.
talking that work, but they all showed up to see it. So there's a lot
And
of hypocrisy
a
going on
lot
there.
of them showed up wearing them.
Yeah. But that's gonna be it for the Phillies. Got a long season ahead of us, and we'll talk more next week. Hopefully, they can start teeing off this week and get back to their normal self. But what do we got next, big guy?
Now it's time for the drop gloves, my favorite sport that involves not fighting, but somehow fighting. We got the Flyers.
Some sticking pucky. Lenny, what's going on with Flyers, man? Do they have a chance here? What's going on?
Well, hey, listen, everyone's going to have a chance, all right?
Not everyone. A lot of teams out right now.
Oof. They had their chance, though, if you think about it.
Some teams, I would argue the Blackhawks never had a shot, but once again, man,
Hey, they at least thought about having a chance.
not sure if they thought about it.
Yeah, me neither. Not
But anyways, where we at? What do we got?
The Flyers sit with the 87 points and tied for fourth in the Metropolitan with the Capitals, who play in their next matchup tomorrow.
What do you think, Lenny? You think the Flyers they can handle business tomorrow? What do you think?
Listen, what I've been seeing recently about the Flyers, they're not looking a little too happy, one could say. But sometimes you start from the bottom to get to the top. And I'm hoping they can come and rise. And I'm hoping that tomorrow they can show that they still have the potential to be great and to get that big W. What do you think?
Well, guys, I'll say this. I think they do have a chance, like Lenny said, and I think they could ride this little momentum streak they're on. Defeating the Devils 1-0 on Saturday from a shorthanded goal that was just an absolute ripper. And they pulled off an absolute thriller of an upset on Thursday. And you know why that was? They got up to an early lead, guys. The Flyers play from behind too often, guys. You know how hard that is? I don't, but they do. That's why they've been struggling recently. I mean, that 8-game losing streak was just devastating. And you know what? No one expected the Flyers to be in this spot in the first place. And then in the second place, they got in this spot, and now they're falling off again. So yeah, it just sucks to see them fall off like this, but they're still alive. They obviously need to handle business with the Capitals, who are tied with them for fourth in the Metro right now, guys. So they do need to handle business, and hopefully they get dealt some nice cards and fall into that final wild card spot. I know a lot of people are just happy where the Flyers are, and I agree. I'm happy, but I'll tell you what, guys. I personally want to see the Flyers. I want to see the new era of orange in the playoffs. Personally, just because for a mental standpoint for the future. Playoff hockey is a different atmosphere, different story. I mean, it could hit you like a right cross from Mike Tyson, like that. Or sorry, Mike Tyson, just like that, quick.
Damn.
It's a different.
Man, I got a question for you. You
Yes,
ever been to a playoff hockey game?
I have been to a playoff hockey game actually, and
Really?
I have felt that intensity at a series we could have won that we were also underdogs in against the Pittsburgh Penguins. Actually, it was Game 7, I believe, or Game 6, and we got up to an early lead and we sold. We got dominated.
Damn.
Yeah, just but they were just so talented. That yeah, but yes, this Flyers team doesn't not have the greatest talent, but they play hard. They have a lot of pace, a lot of young guys on the team. I think this would be great. Get some playoff experience. Just need all the guys dialed in tomorrow night. I don't want half the guys thinking about Cancun and half the guys getting ready for the playoffs. You know what I mean? I want everybody locked in, and if you're gonna win, you get out early. Quick changes. You know what I mean? Just get fresh legs out there. Just dominate early, get up to an early lead, and keep that momentum going, and just carry it to the victory and clinch that final wild card spot. But like I said, playoff hockey just a different atmosphere. The intensity notches up like that. It's different, and it's incredible to watch, which is one reason why I hope the Flyers make it. But I think it'd be vital for the Flyers' success in the future, whether we still have Torts or whatever. But I think it'll be good for the players on the team, and yeah, but overall, happy with the Flyers season. Whether they lose, whether they win, definitely exceeded expectations, like I said. And I think they took a great step in the right direction. And it was just a good evaluation year. Put some guys in very high stressful situations, and saw how they responded, and kind of see what we need for the next year. What maybe we don't need the best pieces, but the right pieces we need to fit in. And I think that'll help us next year. Watch out for that for them. The Bleeding Orange next
Well,
season.
like my host says here, you live and you learn.
Yes,
You live and you
you
learn.
do. You live and you learn, guys. And it was definitely a lot of learning for the Flyers this year. And well, they lived it up. Hopefully, they can live it a little bit more and play some offs. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, last segment. What do you got?
Oh,
Let Lenny
we got the
carry.
Philadelphia Union.
Yes.
Doop, doop, doop.
No, no, no. Duh, duh.
Anyway, we're going to start off this Sunday. They went to Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Ooh, that's a nice stadium. What you think about that stadium?
Kirko changed his home.
The new Kirko changed his home.
Boy.
Who knows? Maybe Kirko changed will turn that stadium a lot, but forget about that. Went to the Mercedes-Benz Stadium to play the Atlanta United. Pretty solid team. They have a couple of stars. They have a really old U.S. goalkeeper by the name of Guzan, which I don't even know if you might not even know.
Never heard in my life.
Okay, but listen, anytime he's played against Mexico, dog shit. He's come up once, but absolutely. But back to the Union. At first, during halftime, we had a little bit of a goalkeeper change. Blake came off for a backup.
No, not the Jamaican.
Looks like he's still having a little problem.
Mr. Guaqua.
What happened? We see partially that Blake will now be a backup?
For real?
Can we see that? Is that a possibility? I don't want to say that
you tell me.
Happen, but
what do you think?
Our backup goalkeeper is pretty good.
Better than Blake.
And if Blake right now is just going through some injury problems, going through some, he had some little concussion protocols. If he's still hurting around his body, he's pretty old, to be honest.
Yeah, he is. He's getting up there.
Well, Oliver Summer.
I'm sorry to cut you off, but as a goalkeeper myself, I mean, I'll tell you what. Sometimes you go home. I mean, sore as a sore. I mean, I'll tell you what. I know I'm not nothing like him. I don't play no MLS, but playing with some Guatemalans on Tuesday nights. I'll tell you what. It's hard to walk some of those Wednesdays. Yeah, I'll tell you what. It leaves you with some bruises.
You're diving. You're jumping. You're getting absolutely plummeted by some absolutely hard power shots.
Yeah.
And mentally, some people just can't take it that long.
Yeah.
Right. You as a goalkeeper yourself, there's been some times where shots have gone past you and you're just like, damn, I could have done something differently.
Every goal, every single goal, you always question, was that on me? What could I have done better? You're the last line of defense. And when the ball goes behind you, you start to question things, it doesn't feel very nice.
But back to the game, first half, it was looking like a barely equal. Both teams doing their own. Second half started. Atlanta United went up 2-0, but the 70-minute came along, and Mikael Ura scored the first goal, which gave us a little hope. Hoorah! And then at the 77th minute, Nathan Harrow decides to throw a throw-in. The sideline, straight into the net. Boom, bounce, bounce. Kai Wagner, our left back, missile.
Up.
Bam! That's
Goal!
golazo, man. To make it 2-2. Think about
What
that.
a comeback.
That was a good comeback.
Talk about comeback kids, baby.
You know, they looked like they were absolutely destroying us during the beginning of the second half.
Are we talking about the Fightins, baby? The Fightin' Union?
The Union, man.
Are you kidding me?
But unfortunately, due to the draw getting us only 1 point, we went from second to third. But our rivalries, the New York Red Bulls, up in second place. With Inter Miami in first place. Now I'm hoping next week against Real Salt Lake or the next game. My apologies. I'm hoping we get a nice win. We need the points. And I'm hoping Red Bull loses. I'm even hoping Inter Miami loses. Because with that, we could be in first place.
Oh, say
Bulls
what?
And the Inter Miami lose. But Inter Miami, come on now. They Messi, Suarez.
Yeah, it's
that's
the blast from the past right there.
I mean, shit, even sometimes they stink, but come on now. But anyways, something else I want to talk about. The Philadelphia Union was approved for the Union Yards. It's a 37,000 or 35,000 or 37 square foot. It's a little tailgate.
What a tailgate, not a new stadium?
No, it's literally outside for members and like football fans. It's a little like a bar, kind of like Xfinity Live. You know how it's next.
Yeah. It's just for Union fans. Like, it's for Union fans. A bar.
Yeah,
like a watch
nice
party.
Little tailgate section. Sure. Outside, there's gonna be
pretty neat.
A lot of people stands.
Oh, that's gonna be.
I'm hoping, and that's actually gonna be available to April 27th.
Really?
And Real Salt Lake. I'm hoping that I'm available.
We might have to attend this.
We could attend this, see the new opening, see how it is. For the pictures that they sent me on the email.
Have to scope this out.
It looks...
Give our honest opinion, guys.
It looks pretty nice.
I'm down to tailgate, yo. Definitely
next games, we need to win if we want to keep going in first place. And another exciting thing, we are still undefeated.
Boy, what? Are you kidding me?
Not a lot of wins, mostly draws, but it's still...
Hey.
The season is still beginning.
We still got a donut and on the ElsCom, which I forgot to mention. Speaking of donuts, talk about America runs on dunking, which we need the Sixers to do very well on Wednesday night. Let's go Sixers, baby. Sponsored by nobody.
Absolutely nobody.
Nada. Zilch.
Hopefully everybody. That's a big dream, though.
One day, guys, which hopefully you can help us get there.
But yeah, that's all I got for the Union for you guys for this week.
And you know what, Lenny? I think that's all we got for today on the to-do list.
Are you sure?
You know what?
Are you positive? Did we miss anything?
Guys, you know what? It's time to talk about absolutely nothing. That's going to be it, guys. And
don't worry, guys. I'll put all of our platforms right above us.
Thank you.
Make sure to definitely subscribe if you're on YouTube. Definitely give us a 5-star rating.
6 if it's possible.
7 if it's available.
76ers. Or 7 if it's available, guys.
But yeah.
Thank you guys so much for listening, you Phillies. And Lenny, final words? Close it out, big guy.
All I got to say is I hope you enjoyed us. I hope you took the time to watch us or listen to us. Thank you. Thank you for helping and supporting our cause. Any special words? No? Hurts? Hurts, I think he's getting ready. And Noma, he's also getting ready, I think, for the bird season.
By the way, he had a phenomenal Instagram post. Look, absolutely excited for the season, practicing with Barkley. And he looked absolutely yoked per usual, like myself. But, yeah.
Hurts is ready. Hurts is ready to destroy the Packers.
Sure, I hope so.
I hope so. But anyway,
6-0.
Thank you guys for watching and for listening to us. And I hope you guys had a good time. And we'll see you guys next week. Kaboom!